Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to my channel. I am Gray. Today I kind of want to talk about the craft without an altar. I have come to find that a lot of crafters nowadays, they feel the need, they have to have an altar. Which is perfectly fine. If you feel like if you feel like you need an altar, if you feel like you need that space, by all means, make an altar. But I just want to explain to you, you don't really need a full-on set-up altar. A space, I find it beneficial that a place has, people can go where they can meditate, they can do their magic, they can, just be one maybe with their deities or their spirits. Sorry, I'm fixing my hat. This is very rude of me. I've been staring at a camera for the last 20 minutes. Anyway, a space of, a sacred space, I guess, or a more of a physical, instead of an altar, you can just have a box full of things you were drawn to. Like if you're a sea witch on the shore, near the ocean, after you did your full moon rites, you found a shell, and you found really magical power within that. It can be a box of objects just like that. It's inside that box, and whenever you feel the need to pray or to meditate, you can take out that box, and you can lay them on the floor with whatever pattern you feel. You can even take out the objects and hold them and feel the magic power within them. Feel the energy and connection to the earth, the sea, the sky, trees. You can just take them out one by one, and that is a magical process in itself. That is, I guess, a portable altar. And for me, I had an altar. I tried setting up an altar, but it didn't really work out for me for a very long time. I feel like I make it and I just leave it. So I took it down actually yesterday, my altar, because I'm doing some changing right now. It is, by the way, Happy Witchy New Year. So, welcome to the Witchy New Year. Anyway, but I took down my altar last night because I was doing some thinking, and I'm like, I don't really use my altar. I set it up, it's a waste of space, and I usually use the space anyway just to do my prayers and give my offerings. And that's pretty much all I basically do with it. If I have tools, I just leave it there. I mean, how big does a shrine actually need to be? Yeah, I basically call it a shrine. I wouldn't call it an altar for my personal craft. I never really was drawn to altars. I mean, granted, I've been homeless for 4 years, so having an altar set up doesn't really work with your craft. Anyway, I can show you now. I actually set it up last night. Just a small little space. One sec. So, as you can clearly tell, this is my prayer candle, my offering bowl. I have a cigarette and an apple on here. My female representation of the goddess, which now is I was drawn. That's representative of Hecate right now. This is Cernunnos. I have a kind of a story on him. I don't know if I told you guys yet. I can actually make another video about this. This is my flower vase. Right now, since it's the winter, we're getting into the fall. I kind of have more of like the dead tree type of leaf going on. I usually like my vase to represent the season. I know I'm not really into changing my space to look like the holiday. I like to look like the seasons, and I'm really drawn to trees. So this is my representation of the tree of life right now. But in the spring and in the summer, I'll have flowers, roses. Sometimes I'll have trees and leaves in here. Depends on what I'm feeling. I have my fairy oracle deck. I use my fairy oracle deck quite a bit. I've been using this for a couple of years now. Actually, quite a few years. Now that I can remember it. My bowl of water representing the womb. I have a birch stick here I use for healing. And I also use the representation of the male aspect, the phallic. Yeah, my seashell. I don't know, I just felt drawn to put it there. It holds my sea salt too. And I have my stones of my casting stones here. As you can clearly tell, this is not really an altar space. I come here every morning and I say my prayers. I draw my card, as today I got the question, which is really helpful today because I am feeling foggy about what I want in life. At night, I usually say my evening prayer, I give my offerings, I go to bed. I don't really find the need to have a big elaborate altar. I mean, I guess this you can consider this an altar. I like to consider this a shrine. I don't usually personally do my magic here. This is strictly for offering and prayer and meditation. Um, but a lot of my magic or my craft that I use requires me going out in the woods, and places where I go, there's no room to set up a big elaborate altar or bring a bunch of tools. Literally, I bring this with me into the woods, and this is pretty much all I bring. Sometimes I bring herbs that I can get my hands on. I don't really have many herbs to get my hands on, but sometimes I'll bring biodegradable food for offerings. I go to the cemeteries with this, and this is basically has become a symbol of my journey when I'm in that crafter mode. So, but for those of you who are thinking they need an altar space, I say, if you really feel the need to have an altar, most people don't use altars, and that's perfectly alright. I don't. But to each their own. A craft is your craft is individually, I can't speak English this morning, individually crafted for you. And do what you feel best. You don't need an altar. You may not even need a shrine. Sometimes with visualization and meditation, you can go inside and your sacred space or your place of, I guess, worship of the gods is in your mind. It's all about the intention, really. Anyway, thank you for watching my video. This is a little bit of a ramble. I apologize for that. I hope this can be useful to someone. I hope that for those people out there that are thinking they need this, ask yourself, why do you need a big elaborate altar? What do you do with your craft? Do you do big rituals when you do your crafting? Or do you just do small prayers? Personalize it. Anyway, thank you for watching. May good fortune smile in your favor. Till next we meet. I switched it up. Farewell and blessed be.